Howdy folks, my name's Darren from RC Scale Models and I'm back with you with another kit. Just one small thing I just want you guys just to put in the comments as well. I have a new camera which this video is being done on. I want you to tell me how well the video quality is going to come out at your end. Hopefully it comes out perfectly fine. So this is a brand new kit for Airfix. It's just been released by Airfix. I'm not sure if this is a reboxing, but this is one of their Spitfires that they just released. You can get it from Airfix, but there's a couple of places, or your local hobby shop might have it for pre-order still, but it's only just come out. It's 1/48 scale Supermarine Spitfire Mark XII, so it has the Griffon engine, so it's one of the later marks. We have the two options on the side. Kit will be A051174 pretty standard stuff. 2 flying hours, skill level 2. So as I say, I'm not too sure if it's a reboxing. It is still sealed. Standard opening box, Airfix's usual way of doing it. So we're going to take a closer look at that in a minute. Instructions. We have markings on the inside. So standard stuff of Airfix doing the instructions. We've got information on the aircraft. Warning symbols, history, pretty standard stuff. Let's try and zoom in a little bit, bear with me. So let's zoom in. As I say, it's a new camera, I'm still trying to adjust things on the fly. So straight off the build, we have the cockpit area, instrument panel, we have the compass, flight stick, and part of the internals. The floor and the pedals is moulded in one part. This goes together to make up inside cockpit. We have the seat and the actual rest that gets moulded together. We have the side of the seat, the adjustable parts, the back of the the cockpit area where the seat goes to, internals. This makes up more framing, oxygen bottles. Pretty standard stuff layout for internals. This section here we have optional parts of having the canopy open or closed. So if you're having it open, you're going to have to remove this section here, which will be the door. A little bit of trim up. This section here you need to cut out to do the wheel at the back. This section down here is installing the cockpit that you built previously. Here is making sure it's all square. More oxygen bottles going in. And then we have the propeller system. Is a 4-bladed propeller, but they come as two parts, so it makes a cross type thing. And we have the actual propeller hubs, the pin that holds it in place, propeller nose cone, spinner. That's getting attached now. There is a polycap to go behind so you can make the propeller spin. Savaging it all together, pretty standard. This section here we have wings being put together, 0.3 millimeters drill holes, that's probably for the stand. We have a couple of detail parts on the bottom. You've got your cannons going in. Once that's built, you can drop in your fuselage on top of the wings. We have parts of the side of the engine cowling, exhaust going in. Like I say, it is the Griffon version. We have the chin of the aircraft going in. We have the back wings, ailerons and flaps and rudder. that all assembly going in together. Not sure if you can have it posable. Yes, you can. 28 to 23 degrees, which is pretty cool. The rudder, 28 to 28 degrees, which is here. The tail wheel going in, and doors open or closed, or in flight or on the ground. Looks pretty standard stuff to me. Flaps and ailerons, again we have 26 to 19 degrees of angle, which is a nice touch. Flaps down or deployed. Air intakes and radiator coolings, pretty standard stuff. Goes on the bottom, got two types. This is landing gear, standard. Is it one-piece wheels? I'm not sure, we have to have a look at that. Hopefully they are. Landing gear doors, making sure the angle's correct, which is here. These are the doors, sorry, this is the angle of the wheels. We do get half wheels by the looks of things here for landing gear up and landing gear closed, which is disassembly for closed landing gear. Standard Airfix cheesy pilot, optional if you want to put them in or not. We have the aerial at the back, and this your canopy going in. This is the open version of the canopy. We have a couple of parts on top of the canopy, which is a little mirror, and then the first paint scheme. Zoom you back out again. So we have the first scheme, standard grey over green, light grey on the bottom. It's going to be humble colours, so you're going to have to do your references. It's pretty standard though, with the yellow, black, dark green, gunmetal. It's going to be sky for the nose and stripes and stuff. Ocean grey, which is this colour with the RF green. Medium sea grey, which is the bottom. So pretty standard markings, pretty cool. And that's for the other marking, which is again same pattern, same colours, but slightly different serial number, but we do have the one with the stripes. Invasion stripes, D-Day stripes, whatever you want to call them. Plus it is clip wing version as well. We do have the markings, which is here. Very nice and crisp and clean. It is cardograph, I believe. Very nicely done. They do have the invasion stripes already as decals. I don't like the way they did, way this is done. I prefer to paint mine on, but I will be using the standard symbols. Nicely done indeed. So we just have one giant bag of plastic. Shouldn't be too difficult of a kit to build. There's only like 3 or 4 sprues. So we're going to have clear parts in here, we'll take a look at that last. So it's 2 main sprues, so very nicely done. So we have the wings, landing gear doors, internal parts, propeller system, the wheels, the rudder, ailerons, flaps, landing gear. There are 2 types for the close and open option. So here's for the detail. The panel lines is quite pronounced on this one. There are some rivets in some places, but it's standard Airfix the way they do this. There's nothing wrong with Airfix now. I think they do reasonable, decent range of kits, and they're pretty standard stuff. and they're not over expensive, and you can get a nice model. So here's the landing gear doors, nicely done. These are parts of your landing gear doors at the back. Here's the detail of the copy area and instrument panel. I imagine there is a decal on there. Is it the decal on the decal sheet? No, I cannot see one. So I don't know what you're going to do about that. Landing gear parts, wheels are, like I mentioned, these ones are one piece with weight on wheels and half wheels for the closed. Fabric texture and ribs for around the flaps and aileron, rudder. I thought it was two parts to the propeller, but clearly it's not. It is moulded as one part, nicely done. 4-bladed propeller. Second main sprue, which is everything else. So we have the fuselage, aft, exhaust, funnels, flaps, ailerons, wings, cowling parts, pilot, arms, nose cone, more internals. Here is the exhaust system. They are not hollowed out or anything, so you're going to have to do that yourself. Tail wheel, open, two types of tail wheel, detail parts, oxygen bottles, flaps. We do have rib detail on the inside of the flaps. Leading edge of the wings. Here is the Airfix cheesy pilot. It has got better over the years, but it's still pretty standard. Internal detail of the inside of the cockpit of the Spitfire. There is a couple of ejector pins in certain places you're going to have to take care of. But it's reasonably done for the price that the Airfix that they charge for this. It's pretty well done. There's tons of detail, more Spitfires out there, but as I say, for what you get is what you get. It's nicely done. The only thing I'm not too keen of though is this cowling. There's going to have a nasty seam straight down the centre of the cowling, and Spitfire's cowling is nice and smooth. I would have liked to see this top part separately, so you're going to have to take care of that seam. Internal parts don't look too bad. These parts here you may want to drill out because they are the real thing. Depends if you see it or not. Nice big chunky nose cone and radiators. So it is nicely done overall. And the last little bag is just the clear parts. So we have this clear sprue. Pretty standard. Nicely done. So there you are guys. There's another kit from Airfix, 1/48 scale Supermarine Spitfire Mark XII. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Oh, just one small thing. If you wonder where I've been, I'm busy at work. I haven't done much videos. I will try and get into doing more reviews and upload my builds. As I say, I just haven't had much time at the bench at the moment. And that's the reason being. But as I say, I will try and get back into it. Laters.